Come to think of it, this could actually be useful for my own channel as Jex's Great Journey Part 2, where I'm actually walking somewhere else, and the temperature is not 100 and something degrees, but I'm still wearing a jacket in a fairly warm day of spring for Eugene, but whatever. So I will also keep talking for the sake of my own blog channel thingy, and not just for the collaborative channel, because I'm efficient. Usually. My homework would say otherwise, but I'm efficient. I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, which I would like to see somebody do. No, don't. Please don't kill birds. Unless they're... No. Chickens need to be killed humanely from the buckets of KFC. Whatever. I don't know. I don't endorse KFC. I will eat there occasionally. The damned pita or not. Whatever. It's just, whatever, you know. Sometimes you're just in the mood for chicken that is terrible tasting. And I've never actually been there. That looks like an interesting place to go. But yeah, sometimes you're in the mood for just really terrible chicken. And, coincidentally, this is High Street. Yes, I know. All of the jokes about High Street have been made already, so I cannot add to the joke pool, unfortunately. Though, if I had seen it first, I would have gladly supplied the first 15. But it really is a good street. I mean, it's got the Greyhound station and the Dutch Brothers that I wind up going to because I get lost if I wander. And I have actually gotten lost around here once, and that was kind of scary. Well, it wasn't scary. It reminded me of... nerd alert. It reminded me of Halo 3 ODST, because there was somebody playing a saxophone somewhere in the distance, and I did not have any weapons, but I was dressed in black, and I wish I had a helmet, because that would have been fun, you know, and at least there were no aliens, but the saxophone, whatever, let me jump from my tangents. I will swing from the tangents like the trees that sway and yeah. Lots of edits, I foresee. Or maybe we should keep them. As Corey says, it's honest. And I'm honest. Not like Abe Lincoln, though he both hated that name and the fact that people always called him honest. Incidentally. He also... I don't know. Abraham Lincoln was an interesting guy. Just had way too much time on his hands. Traffic! Traffic. Oh, hey, that's a cool bug. Traffic. Slug bug, by the way. Anybody who's playing? Oh, I just hit you all. Oh, you're all punched in the shoulder. How could you? Hey, Prius. I have my own issues with the Prius. It's not my most aesthetically pleasing car. I don't own one, but nor do I own a car that's specifically aesthetically pleasing. But how do you see out of that back windshield? I mean, I've met people who drive them, and I've never heard their feedback on it. Apparently it's not an issue. That car has a small back windshield too. But me driving it, I like to be able to see out of my back windshield. And if I cannot see the driver, that I immediately assume that they cannot see me. And therefore, when I'm rear-ending their Prius, well, actually, that's a good thing, because then I can rear-end them and get away with it. But that's beside the point. The point I'm trying to make is, you can hit Priuses and get away with it. No, I'm not. What am I saying? I'm a bad influence. Oh my gosh. Those things scare the living crap out of me. It's like, they make that noise, and it's like, good God, have I stepped onto a trap door or something? I don't want to fall in, because it's metal, and I assume there are spikes at the bottom. Video games have prepared me well for that. It's just, it's unsettling. That's what it is. Completely unsettling. Why am I talking like Tobuscus? I feel like I'm talking like Tobuscus. Am I talking like Tobuscus? Or am I talking like myself? I can't tell anymore. It's an interesting universe where I start talking like different people. I've also noticed I do Shatner pauses. I apologize for those. Those just happen. I've been working on it. Traffic. Toyota! Toyota got a really bad rap after whatever incident that was, the old lady going through her garage or something. And I think they're still a very reliable company, you know? I mean, maybe they fixed it. I mean, another Prius, grr. But maybe they fixed it. I hope they fixed it. Oh. I have a very limited knowledge of cars. However, I do recognize certain cars when I see them. And this is a Taurus Special Edition. Please don't be wrong, please don't be wrong, please don't be wrong. Yes! I got it. And it's a Taurus. And this is literally the worst back end of a vehicle I've ever seen. It's just, I don't know what's up with these headlights. I mean, no, these, not headlights, hind lights, brake lights. They're just, they're just weird. They're all like squinched in on each other and want to like, yeah. It's like, get away from me. If like they were at a party, I would just sit on the other side of the room from them whenever I could. I don't want to be anywhere near those brake lights. Another Prius! Ah! You know what? Maybe I will rear end a Prius one of these days. And then I can sue Toyota for not making... Well, they can sue Toyota. Or maybe I can be in on it. We can both be in on it. I can sue Toyota for making the back windshield too freaking small, so he couldn't see me, so we would both make millions of dollars. It's perfect! And then Toyota would lose a lot of money. Or maybe make a lot of money for making a better Prius that doesn't have such a tiny back window. I'm just saying. It could happen. Toyota, be careful. There are people out there who will take my advice seriously. By the way, this Volkswagen does not count. Ooh, that's a nice looking car. You know, I'm deathly afraid of coupes, because my sister had a Nissan, and it was a coupe, and I base all of my experiences of coupes with that Nissan. For one, I hate how the seatbelts work. They like swing in from the back and don't feel like they provide any protection. And number two, I don't feel like I have a big enough cushion of metal to protect me from when somebody rear ends me. Or hits me from the front in some sort of terrible head-on collision. Anyway, this is a nice little game store here. I bought Bulletstorm from them not too far back. And I've yet to play it again. I mean, I really liked the game, don't get me wrong, but I just haven't been in the mood, you know? It's how things like that happen, you know? And I wasn't especially excited for Bulletstorm. I mean, it seemed like an interesting idea, and I played the demo, and I was like, whoa! But then, like, eventually, I went back to Black Ops and Reach, and I'm like, I forgot about it, you know? And I'm afraid that's sort of what's going to happen with Bulletstorm. I think people are going to forget about it, unfortunately. Like, the entire Gears of War franchise. I had many complaints with that game. Not for the dialogue or the action or whatever. Well, I mean, some of the action, but the gameplay was just... bleh. I'm a walking tank. Watch me crouch 2 centimeters. And then it was like, everybody was so superpowered in the multiplayer that nobody could kill each other. Or if they did kill each other, it was because, like, one person knew how to use the controls and everybody else was just, bleh, and then nobody else could learn how to use the controls, and they're just, frustration. Mucho frustration. Yes, I just used 2 languages there. One was my own, one was not. Actually, my own language, it would be a lot more, Slugbug. My own language, it would be a lot more complicated to say. Much frustration. Just to be frustrating. I know, it's counterintuitive and a little ironic. But I would do it. Let's see, any Priuses in this parking lot? I can't tell. I cannot see. There's no Prius. Perhaps that's a good thing. I'm getting angry at them. Oh, hey, the walk sign's on. Man, I do not notice things. Which is why I'm surprised I'm beating you at Slugbug. It's like, man, you're letting the blind guy beat you? Really? Well, I mean, thank you for letting me beat you. I'm a blind person. I mean, without these things right here, which you know very well from my previous videos, I literally cannot see Like, okay, if this was where my face was, about there, past that point, everything would be blurry and everybody would be faceless. And it's a very creepy world to grow up in, a world of faceless people, I think. Mini Cooper. Actually, no. I'm completely wrong. Yeah, that demonstrates how much I know about cars. I just called the PT Cruiser a Mini Cooper. I'm so frustrated with myself right now. I could rear-end a Prius. Oh, where is one? I cannot find one anymore. They're now deserted. They've heard of my schemes. They evacuated all the Priuses from Eugene. By the way, how the hell do you pluralize that? Priuses. Parentheses. Pariah. Oh, there's one. There's one. You think you can get away, Prius. You think you can get away from me, Prius. Anyway, I digress. I believe it's time to make another conclusion to this part, because I feel like if I don't, then I have to awkwardly cut something in the middle, and then it will be sad. And on that note, I hit pause. Ah!